Hello, 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 my lovely, lovely friends. Thank you for joining me here on A Journey in Light. My name is Joy. Hello. Today we are doing a pick a card on what you can expect in the week ahead. This is a timeless reading, so no matter when I recorded it, just know when you're finding it, it's your next 7 days. I have 3 piles for you today. I first want to say thank you to any of my returning viewers. Thank you for coming back. Any new subs, so nice to have you here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, hit the bell icon for any of my wonderful readings that I upload several times a week. So again, we have 3 piles. So pile 1 is this really lovely shell. I went with a beachy theme. I know we're running into fall as I'm recording this, but I live 3 miles from the beach, so I guess it's just in my soul. So pile 1 is this beautiful shell. Pile 2 is this Eye of Shiva. This is a fossilized shell cut in the shape of a heart. And pile 4 is this beautiful star made out of Caribbean calcite. So super, super beautiful. Very much looks like the beach and ocean itself. So I will leave these up. Go with whichever pile you're drawn to the most. If you're drawn to more than one, that's completely okay. You could just have a busy week. Feel free to watch more than one. The timestamps will be in the description box below. You just open that up, click on your timestamp, and it'll take you right to your spot in the reading. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you at your pile. Also, if you need more time, feel free to pause this screen and then make your choice, and then again, click the timestamp, and I'll see you there. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 1. I'm so grateful to have you here. Thank you for spending your time with me. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, hi, welcome. I hope you enjoy this reading. It's one of my favorites. It's really fun, insightful look into your week ahead. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Drop me a comment with just an emoji, maybe your favorite beach emoji. I know we're running into fall as I'm recording this, but hey, I'm holding on to those beach vibes. So you guys picked this really beautiful shell. I really love this little one. I have it around a lot. I haven't used it in a reading in a while because I usually just use crystals, but hey, Earth made this too, so why not use this, right? So let's see what you guys can expect in the week ahead. We'll start with your tarot. So let's see, what can you guys expect? So we have a Knight of Emotions. We have a 5 of Wands. And a Queen of Swords. And this is kind of your overall energy for the week. That's kind of going to be playing with the other energies that are going to come up. So the Knight of Cups is our action card towards our emotions. In this deck, it is called the Knight of Emotions. So for some of you guys, you could be having somebody coming in towards you, rushing towards you with their cup of love, wanting to express their emotions. For others of you, I feel like this is a week where you're going to be taking charge and asking yourself, what is it that I want? What is it that I desire? And going after those, even if it's a little scary. You may butt up against some friction or some competition around this for some reason. But for me, with these kind of being like, the same person and kind of mirrored through here, the vibe that I'm getting and the message that I'm getting is you may be actually hitting up, like meeting resistance of your own doubt. So if this is something, possibly creative, possibly just really something that hits your soul that you want to go for, you may find hesitation in the form of self-doubt. So it's going to be your, job, your responsibility to kind of really see through that. Go, what are my limiting beliefs? What are these things that are holding me back? Are they really something that should be holding me back? Or am I just allowing fear to play here? And really seeing crisp and clear through that and cutting that off. Also, if you're around anyone that, in your inner circle that doesn't really clap for you, there's maybe a chance to really see that and see who's in your life that needs to be and who maybe you need to let go. Because the Queen of Swords, she is really good at cutting people off. So there may be a need for that. So evaluating some, relationships in your life, if they're bringing you more friction than joy, maybe consider, if you can, cutting those out of your life or limiting the power that you're giving to that person. The way this Five of Wands comes in, again, typically it means like competition, but I really just feel like these are just the little small things that are holding you back, but they're no match for you. They're no match for your force. They're no match for, anything you really have going on, only if you give it power and you allow it to. So don't let those naysayers step in your way. Don't let your own self-doubts hold you back this week. Like really push through that. And again, recognizing that you do have power over your own thoughts and your own patterns. And the only way to change those is to recognize them, move through them, and move past them. So that's kind of the overall energy. For some of you guys, there could be multiple people for, I can't ignore the fact that, the Knight of Cups is kind of like my Casanova kind of energy. So for some of you guys, there could be a couple different people biting for your attention, and you're just going to feel like, I get to make a decision here. So that's another vibe that's coming in. So let's see. We have Speak Up. So the swords in this deck, it's actually called the Queen of Voices. So there may be a need to really speak your truth this week, to speak up. Don't let others tell you what is your truth. Really speak up for yourself and honor your own truth here. But if that's something that you've never been comfortable doing, maybe this is the edge to push you out of your comfort zone, to really speak your truth and own your own authentic voice here this week. Next, you guys have 7th chakra, Archangel Uriel. So this is also, about being very connected to the divine. There could be some shifts going on with that. We have 41, which reduces to the number 5. You have a 5 here as well. And 5 is the number of change. So there could be some changes on how you think about things, how information is coming into you this week. With this Queen of Swords, you also could be getting like a massive, if you're on the spiritual journey and you're this aligns with you, you could be getting massive downloads and clarity about where you need to go in your life and what your next step forward is. But it's always going to be after what sparks you up and where your passions are. So really like getting tapped in and tuned into that, and know that you're divinely guided this week as well. Anytime any of the archangels show up in any of these readings, I definitely feel the need to say you are protected. And this is, very divinely protected. So it's like really honor those, I like to call them inspired thoughts instead of, some people use downloads, whatever. For me, it feels like an inspiration that came from somewhere other than myself. Like if I'm not thinking about something and all this stuff comes in, it's like, oh, okay. And so learning to honor that, that random thought, that random nugget of truth that comes in for you this week. It could really help shift and change a lot of things in your life and how you react to other things. So, okay, let's keep going. You guys have movement meditation. So with all this red here, you're going to be connecting with your root chakra as well. So you have the 7th chakra and then you have the root chakra. So I feel like as above, so below for you guys this week. It's like, not only are you connecting with the divine, with all that is out there, you're also connecting with your essence, your soul, and the earth. So it says, I celebrate and honor my physical body through dance and movement. So really, if you find yourself being too in your head this week, because we do have the Queen of Swords, we do have this 7th chakra, and you feel the need to if you're getting overwhelmed in that, that's always a good time to ground yourself. And so with this card, it's like grounding yourself in music, like playing music and getting lost in that. That is a form of meditation. Walking can be a form of meditation. Anywhere you kind of just lose your thought and get back into your body and very into the present moment is a form of meditation. So using dance and movement to do that may help bring you back down to earth this week if you're getting too out there for yourself. So that's like almost like a tip if you're feeling overwhelmed or too much in your head or thinking too much. As a triple air sign for my big three, that is something I know very well. So for this card, this is where what you need to surrender this week, what you need to let go of. And so it says, and this kind of fits into the rest of this message. I don't really look at these before I do this reading with you guys. So it says, surrender outdated beliefs about yourself, those self-doubts. So let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in life. Yeah, that's like this overall message. Like I get excited. I know you guys probably don't understand my excitement when these all line up because I don't look at them. I pull them, and I pulled these yesterday. And so definitely didn't give it much thought other than pulling cards and setting this up to record. So hot damn. So yeah, definitely let go of outdated beliefs. Let go of those limiting beliefs about what is possible for you in your life, and really step into your power and recognize that a lot of our own limitations are really just set by ourselves, our fears, our things like that. And so this is the week to push through that. Maybe push outside your comfort zone a little bit and trust yourself and trust, the universe, trust that the divine has your back with this 7th chakra card here as well. So very, very cool. All right. Next, you guys have hero or heroine. The light attribute is passion for a journey of personal empowerment. So that's really what you should be stepping into, this passion for your personal empowerment, your personal journey, where you're going. There is a shadow attribute here, and it says escapism and a false sense of heroism. So be mindful of if you're getting too caught up in your thoughts and not actually doing, which this root chakra represents that being in your moment, doing something. Like don't get too caught up in escaping in this daydream world and not actually doing something about it. Because that's how we transform, our dreams into realities is the doing, taking those steps towards, the things that we want, the challenges that we want to overcome. But we do have to move in that direction and not just think about it. So keep that in mind. But also there could be a chance for you to be someone's hero this week. Like if I'm just reading this without being too in depth into the message here. Also, for some of you guys, someone could be coming in that is seen as a hero. Maybe they have a job that is hero-esque. That's here as well, too. You guys had the fox. I do want to pull. I am teaching myself. So the fox is about career and the workplace, ambition, shrewdness, and cunning. So there could be someone that you're dealing with at work that could have some shrewdness this week. Could be like that clever little fox. You could be guided to be a little cunning, be a little strategic this week around your career or your ambitions as well. Maybe this is what, this overall energy is talking about for you. It might have to do with your career here. So there is that. So I feel like someone's going to be seeing a fox. I know there's places, I think it's obviously, I live in Florida. So if you live, I want to say like the New England area through there, I think you guys have foxes. I don't know. I have a friend that lives up in Pennsylvania, and she'll send me pictures of foxes. I'm like, I don't know what I'd do if I saw a fox just out roaming around. I'd be so excited by that. I know you guys probably feel differently, but I don't really see foxes here. So I would be excited. So I feel like, if someone sees a fox, that might be a message this week that your guides are, and that could come up in different forms. You could see a picture of a fox, but I'm feel guided to tell you to use the symbolism of the fox as a sign to let you know that your guides, your angels, the universe is supporting you in that moment as well. So we have choose wisely, be discerning. You don't have to keep everything in your net. So there may be a chance where a lot of stuff is coming in your way, and really just you get to pick and choose what you want, but be very discerning. You don't have to hoard it all. You don't have to keep things you don't like in your life, so this is that chance to weed things out. So for how you're going to shine this week, it says your soul whispers love, your ego shouts fear. So I love this card because it gives me the chance to talk. And I've talked about this before. talk about our intuition versus our ego. You know, sometimes people aren't sure. They're like, well, I feel like this is my intuition is telling me not to do this and I'm scared about this, blah, blah, blah. You know, is that my intuition keeping me safe? And technically anything that's coming from a fear-based, anxiety-ridden, that kind of, I mean, most people understand what that energy feels like in your body. That's not your intuition. That is your ego. Now, your ego is there to keep you safe as well. So it does have a purpose. Your intuition could be telling you the same thing. However, that's going to feel calm. That's going to be those moments where you're like, oh, I'm just not supposed to do that. And you might not understand why, but you don't feel fear about it. It's like a calm no. You're like, oh, nope, can't, nope, that's not for me. And so trusting that. But then the same as, you know, anything, you know, definitely feeling from love. You know, your intuition is love, high vibrational energy. So I always think when, you know, when it's telling you not to do something, it just feels super like steadfast. Nope, I'm just not supposed to do this. And someone can ask you why, and you're like, well, I don't know. I just know I'm not supposed to. And always trust that. But if you're feeling anxious and fearful, oh, what if, and like that hamster wheel mind going, that's not your intuition, I promise you. So learning to like maybe play with that this week. Play with really tapping into your intuition and what little hits that you're getting and going, okay, well, I feel like I'm getting a nod about this. How does it feel? Does it feel anxious? Does it feel fearful? Then okay, then that's my ego. That's not my intuition. What is my intuition telling me? And try to look for that calm answer, that peaceful answer, or that very happy, excited answer is really going to help you differentiate between, your soul, your intuition is whispering love, and your ego shouts fear. So good card for that. So for love, I will be doing an extended. We're going to tap into your love a little bit this week, but I will be doing an extended for what you can expect in the week ahead for love, a deeper dive. If you're interested in that, the timestamp will be in the description, or not the timestamp, the link will be in the description box below. I get in the habit of saying certain things. Anyways, but, and I'll still be pulling letters and charms for you guys as well. But for love, you guys have mirror. It says mirroring each other, self-image, relationships reflect our wounds, introspective. So this is a chance to like really look at, we do have this kind of, I know these aren't mirrors and are windows with clouds, but they feel very framed like a mirror to me. So there could be, some relationships in your life that are mirroring each other. So be mindful of that when it comes to love and look at your relationships and be like, what are they showing me about myself? And then you guys also have reconnection. This is a reconnecting or healing of a relationship. A connection is reigniting, rekindling, or reviving. This could be a relationship reaching a different level. Expect a healthy shift, change, or growth. This may pertain to healing family issues. So there is some sort of healing, reconnection going on for you guys, but it feels very, very good and a healthy connection there. So let's do your letters and charms next. And I got some new letters and charms that I'm excited to use. But first I'll start with the zodiac dice. So this is someone that you could be dealing with heavily this week, or the energy of the sign, or you possibly could be the sign. So pile one. You guys have Aquarius, so very unique souls there. There could be some surprise information coming in this week with this energy as well. Technology could bring forth some information for you guys. Aquarius is an air sign. We do have the Queen of Swords here, so possibly some information. Aquarius does rule technology, or the house number 11 that it rules involves technology. So social media could be big this week. Oh, and then you guys got house number 11. So so Aquarius all over house 11. Also possibly doing some humanitarian type work. If you feel drawn to, help others this week, maybe you get to be a hero for somebody else. It could be very important. All right, let's pull letters. So I have different letters. I need a bigger bag now. Oh my gosh. Okay. Letters for this week. So this could be someone's initials. This could be a place. Sometimes it spells words. We have one that fell out. So we have a J, a U, a P, an N, an O, and an F, and a C. So a lot of letters there. We have Juno here. Maybe someone's going to be watching Juno. Anyways, we have FU. Maybe I'll tell somebody off this week. There's some of your letters. I'll let you guys do what you will with those. CPU. So computer could be important. And let's pull your charms. So what else for pile 1 do they need to know about their week? Do they need to keep in mind? Do they need to understand? What can we fill them in on? You guys didn't get any of the new charms. But so we have the record here. So something is going to, music could be really important. We do have this movement meditation, but also something could be coming full circle, coming back around. We did have the reconnection card here. So coming back around. You guys got Aquarius again, and it says friendly. So Aquarius, that energy, if you don't know anyone that's Aquarius, look Aquarius up and look at the attributes. I'm an Aquarius rising, so I should know more of the attributes, but I don't. But pay attention because those are going to be some themes, but it says friendliness. I always think of, Aquarius as being a little aloof, a little hard to read, but very beautiful, beautiful souls. We have happy here. Oh, we have dance on the back. So happy and dance. So make sure dance is super important for you guys, but overall it's going to feel very happy. This little charm always reminds me of making sure you're honoring your self-care. We have coffee here with a little heart. So there could be a chance to connect with someone, a loved one over coffee this week. We do have this planet here, which I believe is Saturn with the rings. You guys are going to come at me. I know. Saturn here. So possibly some things working through some karma, working through some lessons. We have a dragonfly, so this always makes you feel like past loved ones are wanting to connect with you. This is also a light worker symbol for those on that journey. And this is also about, it's a reminder to take things lightly. So when dragonflies go across the water, they skim the water. So maybe not jump too heavily into anything, just kind of keep things light this week. And then you guys have this little blue flower here. So there's still going to be things blooming in your life, some newness blooming as you finish out your week. So I'll let you guys look at those for a moment. They possibly can mean something else to you. And then I'm going to take this over to the extended for a deeper look into love. If you're interested, that link will be in the description box. If not, I'll see you guys in another reading. Again, thank you guys so much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon, comment with an emoji, or comment with something nice. I always like, a lovely interactions, good energy exchange. But even just dropping an emoji really helps. So thank you guys so much. And I will see you guys in a future reading. Bye, guys. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 2. This is your week ahead. This is what you can expect in the week ahead. If you're new here, thank you so much for joining us. I hope you enjoy this reading. It's a super fun look into, again, what you can expect in the next 7 days. This is a timeless reading. Doesn't matter when I recorded it. Just know you're finding it when you need to hear it. Anyone who is returning, thank you so much for coming back. I hope you like this reading as much as I like doing it. Don't forget to like, guys. That really helps me out. Also, if you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe and click the bell icon. I put out a lot of really fun readings and a lot of love readings as well. If you're interested in your love situations, I do those also. So let's get started. Boop-a-doo. You guys picked the Eye of Shiva, which is a fossilized shell. This one's cut into the shape of a heart. I really love it. It always seems to be a crowd favorite when I use it. So we are going over what you can expect in the week ahead. I always like to start with the tarot for an overall energy of what you guys can expect. So we have the Awakening card, which is Judgment. So some things could be coming back to life. Coming back around, possibly understanding some truths on things, actually waking up. Some people could be having another layer of a spiritual awakening, opening up to gifts, really feeling connected to things bigger than yourself here with this Awakening card. Okay. So 7 of Cups here. So 7 of Emotions. So this is going to be a week of choices, a week of figuring out what it is that your heart really desires, what you truly want. You could have a lot of different people coming towards you with some offers, and you kind of are in that spot where you have to kind of choose. So, figuring out where you really want to go, what you really want to do is a focus of this week. And then you guys had the Fool. So there's going to be a chance to take a leap of faith of some sort this week, following your intuition, following that guidance, following those nudges, even if it doesn't make sense to you or other people. If you feel drawn to do something, you're being guided to just go for it this week. This also could be something new, new beginning starting in your life, depending on what that looks like. We do have like this resurrection, like the Judgment card is things being brought back to life. I mentioned that already. So as I'm recording this, doesn't matter when you're watching it, but the energy when I'm recording this, we are running into a Mercury retrograde. So there could be stuff coming up from your past, maybe that you either need to leap towards or leap away from, depending on your situation. But I feel like you're going to feel like you have a lot of choices here to figure out. Sometimes that's exciting, sometimes that's overwhelming. You got to figure out how that looks for you. Let's look at the rest of your cards to kind of see where this all sits, this energy. You guys have refine your attention. So with all these choices, you may have to narrow that down, may really need to figure it out. But this is a week that energetically, it's going to be easier to kind of see these clear choices, figure out what you want, and again, go after what lights you up. But you may need to make a choice this week. 7 of Cups also can be about daydreaming. Be mindful if there's any escapism going on, if you're avoiding some things in your life and just going off into la la land. This may be the time that you actually need to refine your attention and focus in on what needs to be done here as well, because this is a card of action and going towards something. So you may have to actually put in these things instead of just thinking about it. That's kind of been an overall energy, I think, collectively. So it's not surprising that it's kind of been in both piles. But like really focusing in and making a choice and doing something. So refine your attention. Next, you guys have I remember this pile now. Okay, sorry. First chakra, Archangel Michael. So this is all about being rooted, being grounded. Your root chakra is what holds you to this earth. You're being divinely guided here with Michael showing up. I do remember another card now that I pulled this one, so we'll get into that in a second. But this is also with the Judgment card here. This is a week where you guys are going to be divinely protected. Archangel Michael is known for protection. So if you feel the need that you need to call in an angel, if you need to feel safe, feel grounded, feel protected, Michael's your guy. The name Michael could be important for some of you guys. You could be dealing with a Michael. But overall with this first chakra, this root chakra, really feeling safe, focusing on feeling safe this week. And you may be feeling, if you felt like ungrounded lately, this could be the week that this shifts, where you feel more grounded, you feel more safe in your environment, and your money and everything that you're earning, just really rooted in this life. 35 reduces to an 8, which is a number of abundance as well. And yeah, so the reason I got excited, because I remember this pile, I pull all the cards. I don't look at them too much before. I don't want to miss anything. I like looking at them with you guys. But you guys, for 2 different decks, and I forgot that Michael was even in this deck, and when I pulled it, I was like, oh, snap. So Michael is very important for you guys this week. This one says, I am grateful for the strength and courage Archangel Michael brings to my life. So you guys are super, doubly divinely connected. If you've never attempted to work with an archangel, maybe this is the one that you can call on for assistance or help. It doesn't, I know that sounds very out there for probably some of you guys are like, okay, but it's just a matter of Archangel Michael, I need your support in this. XYZ can please provide support, and just trust that you are being divinely supported and guided. And that's about as much as anything needs to be done. Some of you guys have a more stronger practice and things like that, and some of you guys watching this may already be connected to Archangel Michael, so it might make you really smile that he pops up here. I have had him come up in meditation, or I do an intentional healing meditation for friends. I'm eventually going to put that out there as a service for clients. But one of my friends that I was doing work on, her mother, he showed up, and I was like, oh, okay, hi, because I don't really call on them, but he showed up, and then afterwards when I filled her in, she let me know that, oh, well, that's the angel I work with all the time. I was like, well, he was there. So it was a cool experience for me, because during those intentional healing meditations that I do, like, the craziest things happen, and it's really neat to see, and I'm very honored to get to do that. So it was an honoring experience to have him show up. So it was really, really, I didn't know what to expect. Like, I was taken aback by it, but it was really cool. So just letting you guys know. I know for some of you guys might not buy into that. You don't have to, but those of you that do, how cool. Like, it was, yeah. I remember just coming out of it, my mouth just being dropped open. So now I have like this crazy different appreciation for Archangel Michael, because I was like, holy cow, that like really happened. Like, whoa. So yeah. I'm still a healthy skeptic. As much as I do believe all this and as connected as I am, I still get blown away by certain experiences. So anyways, that was a little story of mine. So you guys are super divinely protected this week, and if you're fearful about making this leap of faith, just know that you are supported. If you're scared to make that, you can also call on him to help you through that. And really, really cool. All right. Where you need to shine this week, it says tune into your inner peace. So really coming back to yourself, really tuning in. If you're having a hard time making a choice about what you want to do, really sit with yourself, go in and figure out where that peace is, and that peaceful answer that will come in for you guys. What you need to surrender this week, it says surrender to the magic that you are. So as I'm talking about all this stuff, you guys may downplay some of your gifts. Maybe you guys have like similar gifts that I do, to be able to help, in those types of energetic meditations. But yeah, it says surrender to the magic that you are. Maybe you're holding back yourself from this magic. And we did have this awakening, so this could be gifts opening up for people as well. It says we all have magic in us, even the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with the uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. So really, really stepping into your magic this week, really owning who you are, maybe being even just like setting that healthy skeptic to the side just this week and see what magic comes to you when you believe. Could be a really cool week for that. All right, next you guys had visionary. The light attributes are capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. And then the shadow attributes are the visionary. So this is, again, some of your gifts. I feel like this is a very spiritual pile, especially with these angels coming through. It says selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. So being mindful, like there's this beautiful even give and take on things. That the insights of I know a lot of people in the healing community have a hard time with the monetary value of services and things like that when you're healing. I believe it is a gift as long as you're not like exploiting people, but you do have to value yourself as much as you value the person that you're helping, and vice versa. It's an energy exchange. Money is technically just energy. Most of the time nowadays we don't even use, everything's just digital, right? Like on credit cards. So just always look at it, but never to the point where you're like exploiting somebody. I hope that makes sense. But also don't compromise yourself in order to make money. Like if you're selling yourself short, or I don't know, this just comes with honoring yourself and honoring the people that you're helping. And that beautiful exchange, I think anyone who's been in it understands what a beautiful exchange that can be. Anyway, but the visionary is here. So visions could be coming up. And I'm just hearing honor yourself and honor those that you're working with. If you are gifted, like you're never going to feel icky about that. And if you're feeling icky about something, then you do need to evaluate that. But definitely like honor yourself and honor that person that you're providing a service for, and vice versa. Okay, so next you guys have the bird. So communication could be coming in, possibly some gossip. You know, some of those always reminds me of like the telephone game where, you know, you can hear one thing, someone says something, someone says something. So be mindful of some of the information you may be getting this week, just to see like what the truth of it is. Like my whole thing is like or the way they're showing it to me is like don't jump to conclusions. If anyone's seen Office Space, like I literally just saw the jump to conclusion mat. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know. So don't jump to conclusions when you hear something. Make sure you find out if that is exactly how something went down before you just jump to conclusions. Again, we're in Mercury retrograde as I'm recording this, so possibly a lot of you guys watch this as soon as I put it out or within the first couple days. So during those time frames, you always want to make sure, especially it's in Libra, which is in communication and relationships, make sure you have the whole story before getting mad or jumping to a conclusion about something. Next, we have journey. Half the treasure is the journey on the path to finding it. So it's like enjoying each step of the way, enjoying your journey in light. There's a nice plug. But really just being present in your moments along your way. Sometimes we don't understand why certain things happen when we're in the midst of it, but when we're in hindsight, it all makes sense. But it's finding the treasure, finding the little beautiful things in each step that you're taking, and really having gratitude for your life this week, and really just respecting even the baby steps. You know, they all amount to big things. And also being proud of yourself. Like if you guys have been on the spiritual awakening, if you've been on a journey, if you've been on this journey to accept your magic and who you are, like honoring yourself for how far you've come from how far you've been, right? Like it's such a beautiful, beautiful thing. So yeah, okay. So for love, I'll do love, and then we're going to do letters and charms. I will do an extended if you're interested in like a deep dive into your love. The link will be in the description box below for that, but I do at least, touch on love a little bit. So you guys have the butterfly. It says relationships evolving to the next phase, healing inner child and growth. So some of you guys could be transforming yourself. Some of you guys could have a relationship that's transforming. Also, healing your inner child is not always the easiest thing, but a very worth it thing. Like doing shadow work around things that happened to you as a child, as traumas that happen. And sometimes people judge other people like events by saying, oh, well, it wasn't that bad. I don't know why you think it was so bad. Trauma isn't necessarily what happens to you. It's what happens inside of you because of what happened. So that can look differently for everyone. It's your perception at that moment of understanding what was happening and how that affected you. So working on those things and healing through them and healing past them is going to be very valuable to you guys. And that you also may be dealing with somebody in your life that you love that might also have some inner child work to do, and recognizing that they may have wounding around that, and being having compassion around that might help you in that connection as well. Next, we have laying solid foundations. A new solid foundation is building in your life. Your foundation is being strengthened and balanced for the new that will be coming in. You could be attracting a new relationship or strengthening and solidifying the ones you already have. Focus on building the relationships on strong foundations of honesty and communication. We do have the Fool, so there is new things coming back around. So, all right, let's do letters and charms. And I got some new charms and new letters that I added. And I'm going to need bigger bags. I might switch to a box or something. I don't know. All right, so first we'll pull the zodiac sign. So this is a sign that you could heavily be dealing with this week. So you guys have Capricorn. So earth sign, also career could be the focus this week as well, doing something new, having choices around that, or just dealing with someone that's a Capricorn, or you could be a Capricorn. And then the first house. So this is about, first house is about yourself and first impressions, also new beginnings, going after things, being adventurous, diving right in, being a little impulsive, can be, that energy is supporting you this week, I guess is what I'm trying to say. All right, let's pull letters and charms for pile 2, please. Letters and charms. Okay, so we have a Q, we have an F, we have an I, an X, a K, an S, and a T are your guys' letters. I'm going to see kiss here if we had an extra S. Anywho, so those are your letters. That could be someone's initial, could be a place, could spell stuff. I'll leave that up to you. Fit is in there. All right, and so let's pull you some letters or some charms now. So for pile 2, what else do they need to know for their week, please? Pile 2's week. Okay, so you guys have bullshit remover. So some truths could be coming out. Some things could be figuring out. We did have the birds, and I talked about this gossip thing. Make sure that what you're hearing or what you've heard is the truth before you act on it. I feel like that's a big message. Just a reminder. Pause for a moment and make sure what you're hearing is not BS, and it might need to be ruled through. Oh, we have these 2 little cats with this heart. So very balanced yin yang kind of energy here. 2 little love cats instead of love birds. So loving connections are going to be important, possibly with people that are a little different than you. We have you're doing great. So reminding yourself that you are doing a very great job. You know, if you've been really hard on yourself, like I'm hearing, like just slow down and pat yourself on the back, and because you're doing a really great job and you're doing all the things. You know, you may have had a hard journey, but you're getting here. You're doing great, and honor yourself this week. We have OMG, so there's going to be some sort of surprise, something shocking coming up that you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't even know. So OMG, so something big, shocking is going to happen. We have this little gear, so it makes you always reminds me of like finding out how something works or finding out the truth about something or why something happened. Like seeing more clearly into the inside of something. And then you guys also had this whale tail. So a whale's fluke is very much like a fingerprint. They're all going to be different. That's how they identify whales. So there's going to be something unique that's unlike something you've ever experienced in your life this week. Going to look a little different. This is the color purple, which is the color of your crown chakra, the color of the divine. So there could be a cool experience that you have. I mean, you guys are loaded with angels in your reading and magic. So really leaning into that. And so there could be something that's very unique to you and very surprising that happens. So I'll let you guys look at those for a moment. So a lot of really cool stuff, pile 2. I'm going to take this over to the extended for just a deep dive into love for the week if you're interested in that. If not, no big deal. Don't forget to like, comment, even if it's just an emoji. Share this with someone else that you think might enjoy this type of reading. I always appreciate that. And thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. It's truly an honor. I wouldn't get to do what I do if you guys weren't there to watch it. It'd be like a tree falling in the woods and no one there to hear it. So thank you guys for being here and helping me share my gifts with you guys. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I will see you guys in a future reading. Bye, guys. Hello, 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 my lovely friends for pile 3. Thank you so much for joining me here. For this reading, we're looking in what you can expect in the week ahead. If you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. Don't forget to like. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Click the bell icon. If you're new, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy this reading. By the end of it, I hope you enjoy it so much that you do like or comment and subscribe and click the bell icon because I do lots of really fun different readings. So I hope you enjoy this one as well. So we are going over what you can expect in the week ahead. What you can look forward to, possibly some advice to go along with that. So for pile 3, you guys picked this Caribbean calcite. Probably picked it because it's literally stunning and it's in the shape of a star. I also have a piece of Caribbean calcite in a heart, and it's a little more green and this one's a little more blue. Both very beautiful. Awesome, awesome stones. So, all All right, we are going to go start with the tarot and see where you guys, your overall energy for this week. I don't recall what's in here. I picked these yesterday and I don't really look at them until we're together. Oh, okay. You guys have the Lovers. So there's some sort of relationship connections coming back in. Also a nod to Gemini here. This card is also about choices. So it could just be choosing between two things that you love. Love isn't always romantic, but kind of figuring out like which direction you want to go, which path you want to take. And that could involve, you know, a soulmate, things like that, soul level connection as well. Possibly one that you've gone through the ringer with this Lotus here. I'm always like reminded that, no mud, no lotus, right? So for some of you guys could relate to that. So this coming in this week could be someone and being involved with someone that fits that criteria in your life, or just choices around things that you love. You guys have the Wheel. So the Wheel typically means things are shifting, phases are cycling out, new things are beginning with this moon cycle depicted on this card. Also seen as a card of good luck, things shifting in your favor. And definitely gonna say that with the next card that came out for you guys was the Sun, which is the happiest card in all of tarot. Want to give a nod to Leo here as well. But just know that, potentially in a loving relationship, things will be shifting and you'll be overall happy. For some of you guys, that may be something shifting out of your life that was making you miserable to become more happy, or something shifting in your life that makes you more happy. Again, it's going to look a little different for everyone, but that's the overall energy you can expect for the week. Separately, we can look at just good fortune, happy times, choices, and possibly love connections. They don't have to fit together as a storyline. I tend to read cards together because that's what I do, but they can just be one-offs in your week as well. So, we have Face Your Shadow. So there's going to be something coming up this week that you need to acknowledge, possibly something that triggers you. And this is sometimes a hard thing for people to hear, and it's okay. If you're not ready to accept it, it's cool. But triggers, when something triggers us, when something irks us, there's something inside of us that we need to look at. A trigger is like a indicator sign in your car, like, hey, this needs attention. It's coming up for that very reason. So a lot of that is shadow work, stuff that comes up. It's stuff that we may not have dealt with. And that's what shadow work is. It's looking at the uglier side of things, emotions, things that we don't necessarily like to deal with. But if you can look at them, face them, ask them what they're trying to show you, and work through it, you can heal it and move beyond it. So this week you're being guided to face your shadow. So if something, almost like if a trigger comes up, look at it as, instead of a hindrance, look at it as a blessing and something that you can work through, and ask yourself, why is this coming up? Why do I feel this way? Where does this come from? Is this even something I need to hold on to? Sometimes our shadows are just limiting beliefs that we started using a long time ago when we needed them. And we just don't need them anymore. So it's recognizing those patterns, things like that, going, I don't need to do this anymore. Like, I don't need to let this control me anymore. It doesn't serve a purpose anymore. Let me work through it and let it go. So, there's really different ways to look at your shadows. All right, next you guys have Door to Romance. Okay, I kind of remember this pile. I was like, all right then. So there's another nod to some doors opening around love, possibly someone who had a caged heart, possibly you've caged your heart, actually letting that out and letting the love flow in. 33 could be important to somebody here as well. But yeah, so the door to romance. So things are opening up in a beautiful romantic way for you guys this week, which is really awesome. Speaking of romance, I will touch on your love this week, but there will also be an extended look into love if you're interested in that. The link will be in the description box for that. Okay, you guys had sacral chakra. So I feel comfortable in my body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings. So sacral chakra is like that area of creation in our bodies. It's that passion that we have, that drive we have for certain things. not just that, or but just creative creations, passions, sometimes sensual, sexual energy as well. So that's going to be highlighted this week. So maybe a chance to explore that, again, with somebody else, the way this is coming up, but also exploring things that you love, possibly things that you're passionate about, and also feeling comfortable with your own body, honoring yourself, possibly doing some body positivity work, maybe if your shadow revolves around how you physically look and how you physically honor yourself, maybe approaching that this week as well, or that may come up to be looked at and approached. What you need to surrender this week. So you guys need to surrender to receiving support and love. So if you've been the one with the caged heart because you're afraid of getting hurt, maybe it's time to open up this week to allowing love in. It says, allow the love and support of others in. That's not always romantic. That can be friends, family, all that kind of stuff. Rather than trying to handle everything yourself, this takes the pressure off and simultaneously nurtures you. So if you're the type of person who had to do it all themselves, like growing up or in the past or recently, or still feels like you're the only one that you can depend on, maybe start opening up to the idea that possibly allowing other people to support you, that may help you and provide you more happiness and things shifting in your life, taking the pressure off. You know, I am a very self-sufficient person, so I get that. But so I have to remind myself as well to be open to people helping me and allowing that, because it's part of the cycle. Like, I'm typically more of a giver, so taking isn't necessarily as easy for me, but that's part of the whole cycle, giving and receiving in order, you know, and other people want to give too, so you have to receive and that whole thing. So keeping that all flowing and allowing other people to support you, those that care about you, and allowing them in. Like, you don't always have to do everything by yourself, you know. Again, it might have been a pattern that you picked up because you had to at that time, but examine that pattern. Do you really need to do that anymore? And possibly allow other people to help you this week. All right, where you can shine. So it says, step out of your comfort zone and try something new. Maybe it'll be new to allow someone to help you and not feel the need to dictate how they do something. I know that is hard for me. I like to build things and do things myself. So when people want to help, I tend to want to manage how they're helping me. So I have to remind myself that, you know, 4 plus 5 equals 9, but so does 3 plus 6, and so does 8 plus 1 and 2 plus 7. All those things. There's lots of different ways to get to an end result. Just because it's my way doesn't mean it has to be the only way. I know a lot of us are like that. So remembering that, and remembering just because something works well for us doesn't mean it works well. Someone else's brain processes it the same way. So they may need to do it their own way in order to get something done. I don't know why I went off on that tangent. Doesn't really completely relate to this card, but someone must have needed to hear that. So if that was for you, there you go. If it wasn't, let it go. All right. But for everyone, stepping out of your comfort zone and trying something new. You know, maybe your shadow is about being fearful about doing new things, and just really go out there and get it. So think of the one thing that maybe makes you feel uncomfortable or you're a little scared of, and maybe try to push yourself to doing that this week. And you'll find a lot of growth in that. There is no growth in the comfort zone. We grow when we're in uncomfortable situations, and we can blossom into the new version of ourselves. Or sometimes we just recognize, no, this really isn't for me. And that's okay there. Like, learning that too is a form of growth. All right, next you guys have Prince. Oh gosh. I pulled this and just, I was like, I'm going to get an eye roll from people. But so we have a Prince. We have romantic charm, potential for power. So someone could be coming in, and then again, a romantic fashion. I can't remember what you guys have for your love cards, but the rest of this is turning that way. The shadow attribute, though, is using power for self-aggrandizement. I didn't know that was a word, but okay. So there could be, you know, there could be a shadow aspect of that, of being over the top for like a gain or for a power. So be mindful if anyone's trying to pull that one off on you. We have the anchor coming in. So something is going to feel very stable, very grounded, possibly if somebody could be moving into a new home, something that makes you feel more grounded and safe in this life. Things are anchoring in and feeling stable, and, you know, possibly one area or more areas of your life there with the anchor. Next, you guys have opportunity. You will prove yourself and discover if you brave the rough sea. So there's an opportunity out there. You may have to leave your comfort zone to get it. I was going to say, you know, ships, there's that quote, ships are safe in the harbor, but that's not what ships were designed to do. It's something like that. I could be butchering it. That's fine. You get the point. So ships weren't designed to say, they're safe in a little harbor, but they're not designed to stay there. You know, they're designed to go out and find opportunities and do their thing. So the same with you. You might have to push yourself to do scary things, to do big things, but the opportunity is there and is waiting for you. And like, you might miss out on it if you don't go out there and get that. I'm also getting a military vibe, Navy vibe, Marine vibe here too. So I want to give a nod to that. All right, let's look at your love, and then we're going to pull letters and charms, and then I will take this over to the extended for a deeper dive into love if you're interested. So we have sunglasses, watching, looking, stalking, gaslighting, perception, focusing out. So there's a lot of different messages here. Overall, it feels like either somebody's really keeping an eye on you. If you're dealing with someone that's over exaggerating things, they could be a little bit of narcissistic gaslighting. Be mindful of that. But ultimately, for most of you guys, I really feel like this is just someone like almost secret admirer, keeping an eye out on you, maybe looking at your social media, those kind of things. And then you guys had soulmate. It says this person is a soulmate, or this is someone new coming into your reality that you have a spiritual connection with. This person is meant to be at this part of your path. This may pertain to soul group coming together. So this also can be soul family. Coming in to support you as well this week. So let's do letters and charms for you guys. Let's see. I got some new letters and charms. Going to need bigger bags, or I might switch to a box. I'm not sure yet. But let's start with your zodiac dice. So this could be the sign of someone you're dealing with heavily. This could be your sign or the energy of this sign. So we have Libra. We're about to come into Libra season soon. This is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you're finding this. But so Libra. So you could be dealing with Libra. You could be dealing with house 7, which is relationships, balancing things out. But Libra's typically about relationships in general and partnerships. So the house focus for you guys, sorry it's so loud, is the first house. So this is all about self. This is new beginnings. This is being a little more impulsive, doing things for yourself, being self-focused. The energy is guiding you. And it's funny because Libra covers house 7 and this is house 1. They're actually opposite on the zodiac wheel. So you could have some opposites going on, like where you want to focus on yourself, but you have some people pleasing tendencies. So maybe working through those and finding a balance between yourself and other people this week. All right. And Aries rules the first house. So, all right, let's pull some letters for pile 3, please. What letter? So this sometimes spells words. Sometimes these are people's initials. Sometimes they're a location. Woo, I almost dropped the whole bag. So we have an A, an A, an A, so triple A. Someone could have to use triple A this week. I think that came up last week too. We have an E, an O, got some vowels. We have a D, a Q, and an I. So there are your letters. I'm sure they spell things. I'm going to leave that to you guys. Let's see what charms we have for you guys. Move that over there. All right, so for pile 3, what are their charms? What else do they need to know, need to focus on, need to understand for their week, please? Ow, something stabbed me. Eee. Okay. I got stabbed. All right. Oh, and there's a Band-Aid. How fun. Okay. All right, we have the number 6. So the house, 6th house is ruled by Virgo, so there could be a Virgo nod there. The number 6 could be important 6 days from now, 6th month, or the 6th day of for somebody. 6 is just could be important. July or June could be important. Yeah, we have this Band-Aid, but I feel like there's healing around love. So the fact that this Band-Aid has a heart here, there's going to be healing and love for you guys this week. We have, well, this is cool on one side, but heart. So healing of your heart, some heart wounds, things around your heart. There's going to be a sweetness coming in with this piece of candy. So something's going to feel really sweet, or someone's going to do something very sweet for you. We have this key. Yeah, I felt like somebody was going to be like finding new, even though the anchor doesn't mean home, but that's like what I heard was like someone getting a new, like anchoring into a new location. So someone could be moving into a new home this week, getting a new home, getting keys, something like that. We have this heart glasses, so I feel like you're going to be seeing love everywhere you look this week. And then we have these two little cats, which are the black and white, so very yin and yang, balanced, but also opposites. So hearing opposites may be attracting this week as well. So there is your charms and letters. I'll let you guys take a look at those a little bit. And then I'm going to take this over to the extended for a deep dive into love for the week if you're interested. Again, the link is in the description box. If not, no big deal. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for spending your time with me. I would love it if you guys would drop me a comment, even if it's just an emoji. That would be very helpful. Don't forget to like this video and share this with someone that you think would be interested in knowing how their week's going to play out. So again, thank you guys so much for spending your time with me. It's truly an honor. I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys, and have a good one. Bye, guys.